What is the best passport and the best citizenship in the world? Hi, my name is Andrew Henderson. I'm the founder of Nomad Capitalist and nomadcapitalist.com. And we get this question asked of us a lot, not only by folks who are curious, but by folks who are interested in possibly obtaining a second passport to protect themselves and to enhance their options. And there are a lot of different answers to the question which passport is best. If you look all over the internet, you'll see a number of countries and a number of sources laying claim to which passport is number one. But the reality is that most of those sources rely on only one factor, and that is, where does the passport allow you to travel? Now, in a separate video, I talked about the difference between a passport and citizenship. And we at Nomad Capitalist thought it was important to actually go through and figure out not which passport was the best, but which citizenship was the best, because being a citizen of a country comes with privileges such as having a passport and being able to travel, but also responsibilities. And so we went through 199 countries and used 5 different sources of information, ranging from visa-free travel, but also focusing on taxes for expats, people who live overseas, focusing on the reputation of the passport and how well people are generally received, focusing on the freedom and the personal freedom of citizens who lived in that country, as well as the ability to hold dual citizenship. And our philosophy was very simple. A passport can have great visa-free travel, but if it causes you to have to pay taxes, even if you don't live there, if it causes you to be poorly received when you go to certain countries, if it causes you to be subject to certain laws, no matter where you live, or if you're just restricted from having other passports. We thought that was a little bit unfair. And so, for example, a US citizen that has to pay tax on their worldwide income and abide by a bunch of regulations and whose emails can be spied on, that passport might be a little bit less valuable than an equivalent travel European passport that doesn't have some of those other restrictions. So we went through 199 different countries, and you can find our entire index just by Googling Nomad Passport Index or going to nomadcapitalist.com. And what we found, the number one passport in the entire world is Sweden. Swedish citizens have the privilege to go to 176 countries or territories. That makes their visa-free travel component number 2, next to only Germany, who has 1 additional country, so not a big difference. Swedish citizens benefit from high levels of personal freedom. They benefit from a great reputation around the world. Not too many people are getting into fights with the Swedes. They benefit from the ability to have dual citizenship. And Swedish expats can relatively easily file to be deemed a tax non-resident, which means they can get out of the high taxes in Sweden and go and live somewhere else where there are lower taxes without a lot of headaches. For all of these reasons, we ranked Sweden number 1, closely followed by Belgium, closely followed by other countries like Spain, Italy, Ireland, and then to Germany, Finland, Luxembourg, and others. These are the top 10 passports, and again, you can find it by looking at the Nomad Passport Index. You might be surprised by which countries are not in the top 10, which countries are not in the top 20. And because there are 199 different countries, being number 20 doesn't mean that you have a bad passport, but it means that there maybe is less freedom for having dual citizenship. It means that maybe you have other freedoms that are not quite as strong as they might be in a relatively friendly place like Sweden. So Sweden, the number 1 best passport according to the Nomad Passport Index for 2017. The entire top 10 European countries, the vast majority of the top 10 EU countries, again, because of the growing freedom of dual citizenship privileges, because of the growing personal freedom there, because of the relatively straightforward tax laws, and because of excellent visa-free travel. Again, you can find the entire index, the Nomad Passport Index, online and at nomadcapitalist.com. And if you want to learn more about second passports and living the Nomad Capitalist lifestyle that we talk about in the index, subscribe to our channel here on YouTube for all of our latest videos.